Good morning. Good morning, Helen. Good morning, Celine. How are you? Good morning, anybody out there. Um, I know we got a couple more minutes before we get started, but I wanted to just go ahead and say good morning, get that out of the way. I hope y'all, this will be a great start to your week. Um, I'm going to be on here for a hot second as long as it takes me to get through my notes that I took last night from that episode of The Real Housewives of Atlanta. And I was just gonna talk about it. Good morning, Charlene. I was just gonna talk about it. Good morning, everybody. Make sure you hit the like button and do how I regularly do. But first of all, number one, I have missed y'all immensely. Like, really missed y'all. Like, I know y'all see my videos and you like the videos and we talk in the comments and things like that. But I was like, damn, I'm just gonna have to push through. Shout out to Melody Cherie. And that's what I gotta do. Now Creole girl I done came in here and slapped some eyebrows and lip gloss. Good morning, Liam. Child, I had to slap that on because I was looking like I was ready to go to bed. But I just could not go to sleep. I could not put head to pillow without us talking about it. Um, I want to choose one person to join me up here this morning to talk about it. I want somebody who has a lot of conviction and a level head. So let me drop the link, and it's just one person. That's all I can handle. I can handle one person. Okay, Denise hasn't seen the episode yet. Good morning, Dale. You, Dale, y'all must be some in the bushes. Good morning. Thank you, everybody that's coming up. Mama too. Mama too. Okay. Good morning, Augusta. Good morning, Ladybugs. Okay, Mama too. I'm about to send this invite, and I want you to come on up here, and we're gonna get this thing popping, and then I'm going to bed. Okay. Wait a minute. Hold on. Let me try it again, child. I'm in a new spot. Copy, and right here. Good morning, California. Girl, why can't? Oh, there you go. I'm about to say why I can't do that. Good morning, Erica. Okay. Let me send this for Mama Two. And when Mama Two come up, we're gonna get started. Anyway, I want to say before we get started, shout out to Michelle A.T. Alien Brown. When I said this is the year for vindication, my friend has definitely been vindicated. Definitely. Michelle was definitely sitting out in that parking lot. She gave us blow by blow when all those ladies ran out. I was on her Patreon. Well, I had saw her video from her Patreon where it was a guy that had walked out of there, and literally she was in the car. She was like, "What's going on?" She was like, "Can you show the picture of this girl slobbing on the knob?" I was like, "What did she just say?" Girl, I mean, this was a video long, 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 long time ago. Okay, Mama Two, I'm getting ready to get started, honey, because like I said, I got to go to bed. So I just wanted one person. Is there somebody else that will come up? She's not coming up yet. Just one person. Click the link. Okay, here go Mama Two. Good morning, honey.
Good morning. Can you hear me?
I can
Let
hear
me
you. How are
let me
you?
put you on my car. I just got off of work.
Oh,
Good
me too, child.
morning.
Good morning.
Hi.
Honey, look, let's get into it because you understand what it means when you just get off of work. Because I am here for it. So, y'all, I'm going to have a little help this morning. Although, this is what I'm saying. I want everybody to have an open mind because I've seen a lot of Cynthia hate, and I don't think that's right for Cynthia. I do not think that's right for her. Um, I think that
Oh, Millie.
I don't think it's right. And as far as Brit goes, let me say this. I'm going to talk about this episode. So I need everybody to understand. I'm not talking about what's in the blog. I'm talking about this episode, everything I watched tonight. Okay?
Okay,
You
are we gonna talk about what led into the episode, like the
we're
last
gonna
two
talk about
episodes?
we're gonna talk about this last episode, just the
Okay,
episode. We're not talking about
okay,
anything outside the episode. We're just gonna stick with what we've seen. Thank you, Denise.
okay.
Oh, shout out to Mississippi. Thank you. Um, so we're gonna go kind of quick because it was a lot of fluff. You know what I'm saying?
Right, right.
Starting with Angela, uh, Shami, what's her
I
name?
don't know how to pronounce her name.
Angela, Britt, and Shamara. Oh, that's not how you pronounce her name.
Shamia, right?
Okay.
Shamia.
Yeah, yeah. So we start off at her house. Angela comes over. She tells Angela she wants her to be comfortable in her house and she wants her to be comfortable with her because they're trying to mend it. Now, what I loved about Shamia and Angela is that they actually mended the situation. So we don't have to go through a season of seeing them be catty because that was kind of dumb. You know what I'm saying? Do you agree with that?
Yes, yes, I do.
Okay. So then Britt enters and she okay. She and Kelly, I do have to say this. She and Kelly had a conversation about going to the bank, and it was a rough side of town, right? So when they were talking to her and they were telling her, you need to apologize, you need to fall on your sword, and she agreed with them. Now, do you in the chat and Mama Too, do you feel like Britt was genuine?
No, I didn't.
Really?
No, I felt like I heard a little cackle from her, and I felt like,
Really?
yeah. I looked at the episode twice. No, I didn't.
Ooh, y'all don't
I,
feel like this is genuine in the chat. Okay. I felt like I felt like it was genuine, but it was too much. You know what I'm saying? I feel like if you sitting here talking to them, be like, y'all, I really didn't mean to do that. But you know, like I was upset and I was just talking. I wouldn't do anything to her. Like I don't think she would do anything to her on the show or anywhere else. I don't think that. But I mean, she said it. But it's the word threaten that bothers me. I don't think people really understand that she didn't actually say, Kenya, I'm going to pow pow you. She did not say that. She did not say, I have this for Kenya. She just talked about what she had. And I think people really get caught up in the threatening of it all because they get caught up in the Kenya of it all. And I just think about what she was saying.
I well, Millie, my thing is, I think it's based on the interaction they were having.
Mm-hmm.
I think that I've heard Kenya mention with years ago when she was with one of her friends talk about a gun and they was keying at the house or whatever. It was the circumstances in which she said it,
Yeah.
and being angry, and she said it with her chest out, and she didn't just say it once.
She
She
said
was
it
basically
twice.
saying, basically, don't
She
f with
said it
me.
twice. She
You
said it
know,
twice. And it was
yeah.
not right. And like in the heat of the moment, even though you upset, you need to have a cool head. And like people showed Kenya pulling out her whole suitcase with her firearm in it, talking
But I
about
felt like, what moment was she? What I think maybe if it was a moment, maybe I could get it. But there was no moment. She created that moment.
yeah.
There
Yeah.
was no moment
And
for that.
let me say this. I will say this because I do like Brit, and I have told her this myself. She was doing absolutely too much, like little too much since she came on the scene. Like, girl, why did you need a hug from Kenya that bad? Was it that serious that you needed a hug that bad?
Right,
And then we find out that Angela wrote that note talking about why can't you be nice to Brit? Like, what you talking about, Angela?
right. Being messy behind the scenes.
Okay, let's move on. I said, well, we're gonna stay on task. Okay,
Okay.
Angela says she got in trouble at the bank for the lady's behavior. They're going back and forth, little tiff,
Hmm.
and And I put on here. I said, now I like Brit, but what I will say is, after watching, I think she was doing a lot. It was just a lot she was doing. Like, I just don't think you need to do that much. Like, even her being upset. Kenya said, I feel like I've spoke to everybody in a manner way, but not to me. Girl, I gave her kudos, Mama Too. I gave her kudos because my thing is this, and people may disagree with me, and it's okay. I feel like you can't be memorable unless you do some memorable shit. You understand what I'm saying?
Right.
So why
But it
not?
can't be obvious, Millie. It can't be
It
obvious.
can't be, and I get you what I'm saying, but like it was a lot. Like Kelly was a lot at Portia. Like, girl, calm down. You done asked the question once. Now go on and have lunch with her, and y'all smooth this out. Now,
Right.
I like Kelly. I never didn't like her, but I was like, she was getting on my nerves. But now I'm cool because it seems like she's calmed down. But
Right.
Brit is
Right.
still on 10.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on with Britt. She really does seem like she wants a moment from every single scene she has with Kenya.
I'm trying to get D's comment up here. Britt came and came for absolutely no reason. And I agree with you, D. Cause I was sitting there watching the show like, now why are we coming at Kenya like this? You know what I'm saying? Cause see, y'all even they even I, they even made me go up for Kenya a little bit. Like I had gone up for Kenya like this much. But then I got some sense and I came on back down. But I was like, what? And I mean, I like Portia said tonight, I like this group of girls. I like the group of girls. You have to change. You can't have a 90-year-old person still being a real housewives of Atlanta. You got to change. So I like the group of girls, but it seems like they're fans of the show and they're acting like fans. So
Exactly.
they gonna have to get how they got to get some housewife in them. Okay, let's keep going. Let's keep going. I know. I don't feel like Kenya takes accountability ever. Ever. She should have taken some accountability. Well, we ain't gonna get to that yet. We'll get to that.
Yeah, I'm waiting.
We'll get to that. I'm full of that. Okay, wait a minute. I agree with Portia. They do have a good vibe. For Kelly and Portia, for Kenya to make sure she. Okay, so Kelly and Portia went to. I love how I love how Portia want us to think she can't film in their house and she filming all over Atlanta. That tickles me. But anyway, so they over there at the Kenya Moore Film Studio, and I was like, okay, this is nice. And then they get to talking and they're trying to work through with it. Kelly was like trying to give her idea of what's going on with Brit. I understood that Kenya had her feelings. I understood that. But I also sometimes know that Kenya can blow things out of proportion. So my thing is this: is that what she had on her mind? What did you think about that scene when they were at the studio?
Yeah.
I am talking about this episode. We at the studio. Kelly,
And this is one with
Portia,
Kelly. Who was it? Kelly.
Kelly, Portia, and Kenya when they were sitting down talking.
I'm trying to refresh my memory because I seen the whole thing and I saw it twice. The names are Kelly, Portia.
It wasn't a big scene. It was just them talking with Kenya because Kelly said they were going to go
Oh, is
and
that
support
when? Is
Kenya.
that when? Is that when? Portia said and said she wanted her stuff free. No, that
No, no,
wasn't
no.
what she said.
This episode. This
No,
episode
what's this?
when they was talking to Kenya about they were going to support her for her upcoming opening,
That
and
must
then
have been.
and
I
then
don't
she was
remember.
talking about Mama too. You said you watched it twice.
I did watch it twice. I probably was just focused. I'm gonna be honest with you, Millie. I probably was really just focused on once they got to that whole
Okay, okay. So
scene,
they
like the last half hour. or whatever. I think that's
Yeah.
what I rewatched. Is
Hold on. Let me
that
say this. And
I'm sorry.
I need y'all to understand that I do not agree with you. I agree that both girls were wrong. I agree with that 100%. Right? Britt may have been intoxicated, and it was just a lot. It was too much. I agree 100%.
I mean, I
So
do recall Britt's conversation with when she was, kind of saying that somebody, her, I believe she said her aunt had passed
yeah,
away,
we got to
and that
move
she
it
was dealing
along.
with that, and this
Oh yeah,
things that
she was
compounded.
talking. That was the Shamia. That was in
That was
the
the Shamia scene when she
no.
was
That
at
was the
with.
Kelly thing. That was on their way to the party. Let's get it going. Mama Two
Okay,
is clearly tired, so we're gonna pick it up. Okay, so
I do remember that last half hour though, Millie.
okay, we're gonna get to it. She said,
Okay.
I said I agree with Portia. They do have a good vibe. Kelly and Portia are here for Kenya, trying to get her help in her studio and get set for her lunch. It really wasn't a lot going on at that point, so that wasn't a lot. Kenya was talking, and let me make sure I'm on number two. Okay, here we go. So if Kenya was scared when Portia asked her, "Did you invite all the girls?" I feel like Kenya should have disinvited Bree. Do you not feel like that? Do y'all feel like that?
Now I do agree with that. I was kind of confused with that. I wasn't sure whether that was a production thing that she had to come. I was confused, honestly, why Britt showed up.
Yeah,
I was just kind of confused that there was no conversation prior to her coming to that event
it
based
is a
on their
studio.
last interactions.
It is a studio. She don't do no hair, and it's not even open. Kelly G, you Kelly G, you call over there. We've already called and tried to make appointments. I've been there, honey. It's not open. Okay,
Well,
so
she probably can't afford for it to be open now.
if you're a twirler,
I'm a
and
twirler. I'm a
if you
twirler, by the
if
way.
you're a twirler and you can't have this adult conversation because Kenya don't know you like she don't know me,
Yeah, I can have it
we
because
can
I.
have a conversation. You can be for who you want. I don't care. But what we're not gonna do is do all this.
Is
No, we need to not.
somebody saying something rude?
They not. They
Oh,
won't.
okay. Now
Okay,
I can have an honest conversation about Kenya because I've watched Kenya from day one or whatever. And Kenya does the Kenya. She does too much, a
yeah,
lot.
she just should have invited Britt. If you didn't want to, but I feel like at that moment is when Kenya had got the PI. She had a plan. It's all
Right.
premeditated. It was premeditated. She had it in her
Oh,
head how she was
absolutely.
and
Absolutely. I even noticed how quickly she was trying to when
yeah.
Britt came in there, she was trying to hurry up and get her speech on.
We're gonna get to
So,
that. Let me get to that. Let me ride through it right
oh,
quick.
okay, I'm sorry.
So she should have uninvited Britt, and she should have called the police. If she feels a
Yes.
certain way, she should have uninvited Britt. She should have called the police. She should have made a report because when Portia pulled her hair, she did that. Portia got a mug shot and she got off the show. So she should have done what she was supposed to do. That's what she should have done. Um, let me see. And I am on Kelly's side. When Kenya got up talking about some girl, I'm about to do a background check. No, you need to do a background check on these employees to get somebody in here to wash hair. Because I don't know if they're gonna show this scene, but there's a scene, there's a video where Kenya is standing up in the back talking about I can't hardly get people in chairs. Why can't you get people in chairs? You're Kenya Moore. Who wouldn't want to go and get in the chair? Who wouldn't want their hair
It
done
must
by
be
Kenya?
maybe it's extra expensive. I wonder what the cost of it is
I
because I was
don't
wondering
even
the same thing.
think. Okay, so I'm with Kelly on that. Do black background checks on employees so you can get people in there, so you can get people in your chairs, like real people that can do real
Right.
hair. Um, Portia and Britt meet up. That was an odd meetup, right? Portia seemed like she was trying to get an understanding, like Britt, what's really going on.
Yeah.
Uh, and Britt said she was sorry again. She didn't mean anything by it. Um, Britt says she took it for wait a minute. She wants to apologize to Kenya, and Britt says she regrets the whole situation. And let me see. And she didn't say. Wait a minute, she should have believed Britt cause right now don't know her. Like I feel like Britt was sitting there and talking to Portia, and I feel like Portia was trying to get straight of it and just like, girl, we got to calm down. We got to get this girl thing together, and we got to move on. So I feel like at that moment Britt was genuine. I feel like her apology was genuine to Portia, but then I also feel like it was a lot of apology. It was
I
just a
just
little,
thought I thought she was just trying to do damage control. I think she realized what she had did, and maybe her situation was in jeopardy.
yeah,
And I felt like she was doing damage control. Honestly,
yeah, and it's a lot. It's just a lot. So Portia was trying to mend the fences, so we did that. So now Charles and Angela, we're not gonna waste time on that.
oh no, please.
Charles is ready. Charles is ready to amp it up. He doesn't. He doesn't seem like he likes his wife too much. He doesn't like the
Yeah,
girls talking about him, and he wants his house to be very clean, and he don't see it for Angela's family. That's all I got for Charles and
yeah,
Angela.
that's all I got from him. He seems a
Okay,
little
let's keep
petty
going.
too.
Okay, so now we get into the party. So Cynthia, right? Let me say this about Cynthia. Okay, let me. I don't know how y'all feel, but for me, at this big age that I am right now, if I had a friend that was thinking about doing stuff like that, that would no longer be my friend. Because why are you on that level? Because I'm at the point in my life where I let God handle it. I don't have time for that. You understand what I'm saying? Cynthia came in there as a friend. All of the interviews I feel like Cynthia done, I don't feel like she was wrong. I feel like she was like, I was disappointed. You all are twirlers. Are you not disappointed that Kenya done twirl her behind on off her job and now she
Uh,
ain't gonna be on the show? She
Okay,
did.
okay. I am disappointed in the way can you handle that? Absolutely. But I think in regards to Cynthia, I don't have any issue with what Cynthia said. I
Right?
think what Cynthia said was on 100% on point. However, as a friend, if you, the type of friend I am, so it's all about what type of friend you are. The type of friend I am, if I was friends with someone for 10 years
Mhm.
and something like that occurred or whatever, I would say exactly what Cynthia said. Absolutely. But I wouldn't, based on what happened prior, I really could not see it for hanging out with Britt either.
Well, this is her job. You
No,
gotta
no,
take
I'm just saying no because I'm saying apparently on the outside
well, I
they
mean,
have been doing
she was
things together.
disappointed. She was disappointed. And I understand what you're saying. It makes Cynthia look like she's not a good friend, but it
Right, and
also
I think it's kind of like with Cynthia's history, like even with the Nene situation, I just think that Cynthia sometimes straddles the fence, and I think that I'm the type of friend I'm 100% in, but I'm going to tell you what's right. Because I don't even want those type of people in my life who's just gonna let me run amok. They don't really serve any
yeah,
purpose. You
yeah.
should be pulling my coattail if I'm
And
doing something wrong.
and then at some point you do need to separate. You know what I'm saying? I have a friend that I had that I absolutely love that I had to separate from. I haven't talked to her. I don't think it's been 18 years. I mean,
Okay.
would I talk to her today? Yeah, I would. Because I mean it's not that serious. But at that moment, I was making a decision for myself. Like I had
Hmm.
to take myself out of the situation. She's my sorority sister and I love her to death. But at that moment, she was not good for me. I had to remove me from the situation. Now I tried to reach back out. She wasn't ready. I get it because I wasn't ready when she was.
Right,
But
right.
the thing is, I'm not going to like when all those. I'm getting too far ahead, but the fact that those women left showed that they did not want to be a part of that. Because who wants to be a part of that?
No, I wouldn't want to be a part of that either. I mean, I could be like I said, I'm not going to support what's wrong. At the end of the day, I want her to kind of get this back together and get back on track. What she did was unsettling, to say the
Yeah.
least.
And so people are arriving. Kenya is in the back getting sauced up. That is a lot of the problem. I feel like Kenya needed a little courage because she had already premeditated all of this right here. So she had to have a little to go through with it. You understand what I'm saying?
Right.
She back there with Mr. Patron, and she and I hate that Cynthia, I mean Kenya was not focused on herself. I hate that her focus was on getting her lick back. That was crazy to me. So I love that they brought Miss Lawrence in for Kenya's farewell episode. I thought that was full circle. That was fantastic. I didn't even see that part coming. And then Kelly and Britt, they came over. She said once again she brought flowers. She wants to apologize. She talked about losing her aunt. And clearly Kelly and Britt are not riding till the wheels fall off, but for this episode they are. Portia and Shamia and Cynthia, she downloaded Cynthia on everything, and Cynthia found out that Angela and Shamia has made up, and she was really happy about that. Then she found out about the Pum Pum, and Cynthia was like, "Is she packing?" And it just wasn't the right time to say that. So Kenya still getting liquored up. She did not disinvite Britt. She came up to her. This was premeditated, and she was trying to ignore her. Well, no, this is my thing. When Britt came up to her with the flowers to say she was sorry, like, why ignore her?
Because I
You know
didn't
what I
really
mean?
think that was the appropriate time. It kind of reminded, to be honest with you, Millie, it kind of reminded me when Tisha came to Mel's thing that time. Like, that is not the place for that after something like that happens. I
Yeah.
just didn't think that was
You know what?
appropriate.
Maybe Britt should. I mean, I don't know if it was an all
She should have
cast
seeked her out
type of
prior. I just felt like she should have sought her out prior to coming to the event
because,
and
like,
had those conversations.
see, that's why, like you said, it could have been production, it could have been an all cast situation, and Britt had to come. Because if it was me, I would not have gone. There's no way I would have gone.
Or at least had
Absolutely
the conversation with her,
not.
reach out. I did not get the impression that Britt made any attempt based on just the kind of conversation she's had prior to coming to the event, that she even made an attempt to reach out to Kenya to try to
Hmm.
to try to have a conversation. And maybe that would have probably been more appropriate, just in that environment, coming in there like that. It really did remind me of Tisha doing that and trying to put somebody on the spot.
So like, once she had ignored Britt, Britt was like, "Okay, I'm leaving." She said goodbye to everybody, and at that moment, this
Hmm.
is your part, Mama, too, because that's when Kenya was like, "Everybody, everybody, come
Right.
together,"
I
because
agree.
I
I,
feel like
I agree.
she was getting ready to really do her big one.
Yeah, she wanted to do
So,
it with her right there. She
and
wanted her
see,
in there.
when we heard about it, people said Britt was crying, but now that we see it, Britt wasn't even in the studio. She wasn't even there. So she didn't know what was going on. She had no idea.
Right.
Now this is what I wanted to say, because somebody had messaged me and they were saying, "Well, what is the big deal since Britt had an OnlyFans?" The big deal is this: if I had an OnlyFans and all of you all had seen my OnlyFans, then y'all would have just seen my OnlyFans. But if Mama Two throws me a party and then she has my photos from OnlyFans trying to embarrass me, that's a problem. Because I don't expect to come to your situation and you got me in compromising situations for everybody to see. That is not right. I don't care about, on no day is that right. I don't care how much you twirl, that's not right for nobody. Do you agree or no?
No, it's not right for anybody to be ambushed. But if I'm going to be truly transparent, Millie,
Yeah,
I think when this first came out, I did kind of have the attitude, took the position, initially that she was paying people to look at it, so was the big deal. I
yeah,
mean, in a sense, I really did. So I'm just going to be honest or whatever. I didn't really even know what OnlyFans is. My niece had to tell me or whatever. So once I discovered what it was, I'm like, okay, well, she was paying, letting people look
yeah,
at it as long as they paid for it or
absolutely.
whatever. So, okay. But with that being said, just because somebody have a criminal record, that doesn't mean you want them blasting at your party. You know
That's
what
right.
I mean?
That's right.
So I get that.
You know,
I get that. Yeah,
yeah,
absolutely, I get that.
like if you had something going on, I'm like, and let me say this. Side note, let Kenya be Kenya, right? Let Kenya do like the butt pads. Let Kenya do the things that she does. Maybe, maybe, maybe if Kenya had done something, maybe she could have had the pictures. Maybe she could have had something at her house, and maybe it could have just been the girl.
She could have had the website. She could have said, "Hey, if you want to see this, go check this website out." Hey,
She could have done that. She
she
could
didn't
have
have to
done
show the
something.
pictures.
She could have done something that was more personal. Like we didn't have to see it.
Right,
She could have done something that
right,
was
right,
way more
right.
personal. They didn't have to be all these other people. But when Kenya got in front of that group and slurred speech, I said, "Here you go," because she was speaking slow. She had just
Yeah,
perked up, and I said, "Oh,
she had that liquid
is
courage.
yep." So okay, Drew and Portia. I'm over that story. I'm over that. Hello, good morning, everybody
Yeah,
that's coming in.
I'm over them
Good
too. I
morning.
don't even get it
Thank
at
you,
this point.
Mary. Hey, Mimi. Hey, Quinesta, how you doing? Production knew it was coming. Kelly G said production knew it was coming, but it was like she was standing there and she was like, "This is a labor of love." So I'm like, oh, "Okay," but that person that just sent me flowers, get them out of here. And I was like, "Oh, can you just start at the very beginning? Like you ain't gonna take us to show no hair bows. You're not gonna show us a price list. You're not gonna show us your days, your operation days. You just gonna go right into Brit."
Yeah,
So
that was I didn't. Yeah, even when she talked about her daughter a little bit, I think she made a comment about her
oh,
daughter. I
oh,
was just like,
hold on, I
Kenya,
got you. Here you go, right here. This person is trying to take food out of my daughter's mouth. Now, who actually took the food out of the daughter's mouth?
Kenya did.
She did. She
Kenya
did.
did.
But
She
hold on, let
did.
me go. Hold on, let me go through here. Um, it was really not like Kenya. I just wish Kenya would have done. She, I love Kenya when she did the butt pads making fun of Phaedra. That was hilarious.
Right. That was funny. Yeah,
But
that was
she
funny.
could, I mean, if she wanted to do, she could have done something like play charades at her house and had things for people to do or draw, and like Britt Edie slobbing on the knob. And then they could have had a discussion and everybody would have kept their job. But you want to go and embarrass the girl. That is crazy. Good morning, everybody. Good morning, everybody that just did. So then, let me see. Mm-mm-mm. And then she was like, "I'm that B, I've been that B, and I'm still that B. But you that B at home." And then talking about some blowing dust. Can you you was still blowing dust back there when they made you leave and pack your stuff up. Like it's too much. Like you gotta let that kind of stuff go. She playing games on a low age. You know what I'm saying? It's just too much. It was too much for me. And then she starts to show the pictures. And y'all, did y'all notice the first picture she showed? It looked like that was Nene right there in the middle. If y'all go look at it closely and let me know what you think. Cause it
I
looks
gotta look at
like
that
Nene.
again.
And then yeah, that's right. When you focus on the person, you destroy yourself. Period. Um, so she around here spending money on PIs and then lost her job. And I'm really glad Kelly left because at that moment it showed that she was her friend, and everybody had to get out of there. Britt mentioned a pow pow. She mentioned a pow pow. She didn't just say a pow pow for Kenya, but Kenya put a lot of work into all of this, right? And what's real crazy is Kenya had to live this twice. She had to live it when she did it on film, and she had to live it
Yeah.
last night. And that is the
Yeah,
most.
I was thinking that. I was definitely thinking that last night. I'm
Yeah,
like, it's almost like we already dealt with it in July or June, whenever it happened,
yeah,
and now it's like right back up in your face again,
yep.
and it's like, wow.
And then I said, not her saying that she's taking food out of her daughter's mouth, but Kenya did that. And these ladies are, I don't think the ladies were riding the fence. I don't think the ladies were riding the fence. I think the ladies did exactly what any grown, respectable woman would have done. Now, like her friend, like that, what's her name? Akila girl, she was still there with her. But the ladies that's on this show, they had to leave. They couldn't just stay there, and then they got Brit on the show. Now they got her showing these photos. Like, they didn't want to be a part of that. And I don't think anybody in this chat or who's going to watch this video would really want to be a part of something like that. I know Kenya is, honey, believe me, because when I went to Kenya Moore Hair Care and it was no Kenya Moore Hair Care, and I was there, and the way people came at me, I don't know what they thought. That didn't bother me. But I was like, I was telling the truth. I told the truth. I'm not going to just come and lie to y'all. I was like, well, let me just take these pictures. Now, Kenya had the Riri grand opening, and then she gone. And just like who that said that she messed the show up? I would love to see Kenya on the show. I miss Kenya's confessionals. I said that. Me.
Yeah, you did.
Yes.
I guess for me, when I look at the whole big picture, and I can't just, for me, I can't just see this episode and not see the whole thing and how it transpired. And I just feel like if Bravo would have done what they should have done in regards to this Pow Pow situation or whatever, this could have looked very different for everybody involved.
Yeah, it could have. Britt shouldn't have said that. She was
Because what
wrong.
came first? I mean, like, which one came first?
It
I
was
mean, that
wrong.
doesn't
I feel
justify
like
what Kenya did.
I honestly
It,
feel
it
like,
absolutely.
let me say this, and this may shock a lot of people. So brace yourself. I didn't see Kenya getting into any of that this season. None of it. Kenya, I don't know how they edited it. I don't know how they did that. But for me, Kenya was tolerable. Like, I didn't mind watching her on my TV. I did not mind it. She was funny.
Yeah, it was a different. I felt like it was a different Kenya the
It
first couple episodes. But
was
and
fantastic.
with that being said, I felt like Britt Edie was just on her neck
The
for whatever
whole time.
reason.
Like, cause
It was just she was uncomfortable to watch. She was
I
so obvious
literally,
on her neck.
oh hey August, I love that name. I was
And
like,
based on Kenya's previous behavior, she would have been went after Britt with some of those other comments she was making, her behavior. And she kind of let it slide and was trying to explain and trying to, I felt like trying to get along.
cause my thing was this. I was like, what were you really upset when Kenya asked about your band? Like, a lot of people don't wear a band with their wedding ring. And I really
Yeah, it
don't
was
feel
a
like
legitimate question.
I
I thought it was
really
a legitimate question for
let
somebody you
me
didn't know.
just be happy like people get over it. Team Kenya. Honey, I'm sure Kenya's getting over it right now. But I felt like I don't think Kenya meant anything by that. I really don't.
I
She
didn't
was
either.
joking. She came in. She said, "Hello, beautiful." She called him beautiful, and then I was
Yeah,
like, I feel like Britt is making too much of this. And then when they went to the bank, like, I talked about it. I said Kenya came in and air kissed um Drew. She actually came in and
yes,
hugged Britt,
yes. And that
and
wasn't
then
good enough.
And then Britt was like, okay, with the little pats, the little taps. I'm like, Britt, you're gonna have
Right.
to pick this up. You're gonna have to, girl, come on now. We're not about to keep doing this. And then it was like, she was like, I just wanted a hug. And then it was like that question,
Why?
and I was like, what is this? Why
What
does this
is it?
feel? I don't know what it was. I don't know.
It was given single black female what it was given to me.
It was
It
it was
was
a lot.
crazy.
It was a
It was a
lot.
lot.
But I felt like Kenya did herself a disservice. She did us a disservice because the way this season started, I was really happy with it. I'm not gonna lie, I was happy with it. It was just,
Yeah, I am disappointed that Kenya responded
oh,
like that. She's usually a little bit better, a lot better at how she handles stuff.
hold on, why?
So I was very disappointed when I saw
Can
what
you
I
hear me?
saw. I can hear you.
Okay, my screen frozen. I look cute though. But look, I was just I was just really. So what do y'all think now? What do y'all think about going forward? What are the twirlers thinking? Are y'all gonna go forward?
As a twirler, I probably honestly, I, mm, I probably won't be watching it, to be honest with you.
Really?
I probably won't. I
Now,
really, I
now,
mean, honestly,
now,
I don't care for Brit. I don't care for Brit. I don't care for
why is my thing, bro? It's frozen. Hello? Hold on, y'all. Hello?
Can you hear me?
I can hear you now.
I said I like Kelly. Is that the short one?
I like Kelly.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
I like Kelly. Um, Shamia and Portia, I don't really know. They trying to act like they not cool, but
I don't
I
like
don't know
that.
what's. I
I don't
don't like
like
what they
that.
got going on.
I don't
That's
either.
odd. That whole relationship or them.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like they're pretending not to get along for whatever reason. Because I keep seeing them leave together, talk together on the side. I don't know what's going on with them.
Now
Um,
I think Kenya's gonna be back next week. I don't think tonight Kenya is leaving tonight. I think we're gonna see her next week. But she could be because did you read her goodbye letter? Did you read her goodbye letter?
I'll be on the next episode.
I don't know. But this is what she said tonight. Oh goodness. You have been my bestie for the last 12 years, and I love and appreciate you so much. Last year, you cried with me when all of my hard work from the salon was cut by production and none of it was shown. I want to thank all of my friends who showed up for me and who supported me on a regular basis, who loves me down. At Miss Lawrence, thank you for gracing us with your presence. You are a star. I hope you turn your segment into a TV show. God willing. Uh-oh. There we go. I'm back. Woo! I
Okay,
just
there you go.
moved away. So did y'all didn't hear me right?
I did hear you. I didn't see you, but I heard you.
Okay. She said, special thanks to my event planner who always throws the most stunning events. Thank you to the gorgeous models who helped make Kenya Moore Hair Care so iconic. To the cast of Rhoa, season 16, I wish you all an incredible season. To my friends and family, thanks for loving me, flaws and all. Thank you to all the stunning women who have patronized Kenya Moore Hair Care. I love making you look beautiful. Love and blessings to all of you. Yeah, she's out of there. Good morning, everybody.
Was that
So,
she posted that last night?
yeah, she posted that last night. So, I mean, maybe she's gone. Maybe that was it. Maybe she's not coming back because she didn't. She didn't come back after that. She was put on pause like right after that because the camera crew had to pack up. Everybody ran out. So that may have been her last night. We may not see her anymore.
Do you think she's gonna come back next season now?
I mean, I don't know. Like they could just put her on pause to just give her a little, you know what I'm saying?
Because they said they were still. Somebody said they were still paying her. That she was still getting paid.
I mean, I don't know. I can't answer to
But I
that.
don't know if she just got paid per episode or whatever. But they did said that she was still getting paid.
I mean, I hope so. Cause Mark can't give her no child support because he ain't working.
No, he sure ain't.
Now now Fabulous Face has a great question. This is it. I saw this earlier. This is a good question. But will she be at the reunion? And you know what? I'm gonna say no.
I'm going to say no.
And you know
I
why?
think they said Portia was advocating for her to be to the reunion, but I think she's going to say no unless they offer her a lot of money.
I feel like she is not going to be at the reunion because they didn't care to give her a confessional. They didn't care to give her a cast photo. They didn't care to give her like her tagline. They didn't care to do any of that. Word on the
But do
street,
you
she's
think
done.
based on maybe there's some backlash from all of this that maybe they will? Want her
Mimi,
at the reunion?
Mimi said Atlanta is not feeling Kenya. I mean, if she comes to the reunion, what is she going to say? Because let me tell you this. Let me say this to the people who like Kenya versus twirlers or however you feel. If
Hmm.
Kenya comes to the reunion, I ain't got time for all them antics. I, me personally, let me tell you a little bit about me. I'm not with the extra shit. I can't do it, and that's on TV and in real life. Like all that, God,
Yeah, I can't.
uh-uh. You need to come in here and talk to us like a grown person because you done sat up here and done some crazy stuff, and we need some adult answers. We don't need no, I don't need all that. You need to talk to us. You know what I'm saying? Not no smoke and mirrors. Just have a conversation. All them antics and twirls and stuff, you can put that over there to the side till we finish this conversation. Because what was wrong with you?
Right, I would definitely like to know what was her thinking process, knowing she put all
Yes.
that money in there, knowing that this was a legacy for her and her daughter. What was her thinking process by doing that?
Because I saw somebody say that, what was it? What was it? I lost my train of thought. I just saw something on here. It said, beauty salons, a mainstay for us. The question is, are services overpriced? That's a good question. Are services overpriced? But it was somebody that said something about Kenya, and they were like, what was it? I can't think of what it was. It'll come to me. But I just really hate that she put herself in this position. I hate that for Kenya. I mean, I don't want anybody to lose their job. I don't want anybody not to get paid. That's not what I'm here for. I don't, and regardless of what people think, I don't hate anyone. People get in the comments and they
Right.
tell me, you're a Kenya hater. No, I don't know Kenya. I
Yeah.
talk about what I see. When I finish and I send that video, I am on to something else. I got prom, right? For people that think that I'm worried about stuff, I'm worried about getting this prom dress done for my
Right.
baby. That's what I'm
And I
worried about.
think I like and I think I like Kenya for what Kenya's for. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
She's for the antics. I don't like Kenya. Kenya wouldn't be a friend of mine because she got too much drama going on, and
That's what I want to know.
I'm pretty laid back. But
That
I
was gonna be
like
my
her
next
for the
question.
show.
That was gonna be my next question. That's gonna be my next question. If you take the celebrity out of Kenya, is that somebody that you would really want to be your friend?
No, no,
Because
no.
it's too much. You can't trust that
Yeah, I
she.
don't do. I don't do that extra. I don't like the
Yeah,
double
I
snaps. I
can't
don't
do
like
it.
all the extra. I'm pretty laid back or whatever. A book reader and that kind of stuff. I don't do all that extra.
Um,
But like I said, it's entertainment. I look at it for what it is.
yeah, yeah. Let me see. RSVP said, I think at some point you need to be more mature than making a moment. Exactly. That's all I'm saying. Like, I think that people feel like when I say something against somebody, like I just don't like them. I just don't like their actions. Like, they're just not being
Right, right,
adults. They're just not thinking rationally. Like, you talking about a
right,
moment. Everybody has to have a moment. Nene Leakes has had the most moments of anybody in reality TV. There's not you can't scroll and not see a Nene gift. You can't do that. Nobody's had more moments than Nene. So we are here for the moments, but not
right.
all the time. Like it's too much. Like let me say this. I have been looking at these women and I have grown up with them. I've been watching Nene since Nene came on television. I was way younger at that
I've
time.
been watching Nene ever since Nene was my color. I'm just saying.
But my thing is,
She your color now.
I just want the people to grow up. Like, what are you doing?
And you know
Yeah,
what? You say that, Millie, and that's the reason why I have stopped watching a lot of these like the basketball, all these. I couldn't watch them anymore because I'm like, I've watched these things for like 10 years, 12 years, 15 years, this one 16 years, and people are doing the same thing. There's no growth or
there's no
whatever.
growth.
People cursing people out, flipping over tables, being worse than they was when they was 15 years younger.
Yes,
It
and
gets old.
I was like, like what? Because it was. for me, this I'm a Virgo, so I get to think about how you started and how you ended, because that is going to help me to understand. So after Britt said the Pum Pum situation, and you got in the back of the car with Portia, and you got home, you said, "I'm gonna get a PI, and I need to go to find this
Search
stuff
this
and
chick.
blow this up." Like, this is on your mind. Kenya was. I have a photo of Kenya when she saw Brit for the first time, and it was disgust on her face. Like, I don't even can. I don't even think Kenya realized that she was there for Kenya.
I mean, Millie, did you wonder who blew those pictures up though?
I was
Like,
like, "Do
who
they
blew
have
those up? That
Pico?
is illegal. You
They
can't do that.
do they
Who
go to
blew those up?
Walgreens?" She must went to Walgreens or Kinko's, because do they
Walgreens is
sell
not going to
Kinko's?
blow up nobody. I'm giving anybody fellatio.
But see,
They're
here's
not
the
going to do
thing.
that.
And then people want to talk about, oh, it's so pressed. Kenya was pressed. That's a lot of work. That's
Yeah,
a
it
lot of
is.
work. And
She
I
put a
feel
lot of thought
like
into that.
somebody said that they got new producers. That's what it was. I saw somebody say that they got new producers, and maybe Kenya felt like, they just have to fall in where they are. But I think once Kenya did this, once they got saw Brit making posts, then Bravo is like, okay, Andy's already in a lawsuit with Brandy Glanville. We don't need any more heat on Bravo. So it'll be easier to just let Kenya go after she's done this horrible act, because we can back it up. We can back it up.
Well, allegedly, I just feel like Carlos King was in Kenya's ear.
He was what?
In Kenya's ear. You know that's they buddies.
Carlos has been in a
I
lot of
can see
people's
him
ear.
telling it.
He's been in a lot of people's ear. But
Yeah.
y'all, this is. I think I got one thing I'm gonna do. I should have been posting that while we was talking, but this is it for me for the day, I believe. Because let me see if there's anything else I want to talk about. Hold on, because I'm getting ready to go to bed, and this is I'm not gonna stress myself out today.
Are you
Um.
going to talk about marriage and medicine later, Millie?
Okay. 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 I don't watch that show. You know that, right? You
Oh,
do
you
know that.
don't?
I do not watch
Oh,
it,
I didn't know. I did
but
not know that. I
no,
did
no,
not
no.
know that.
I watched. I came back and watched the trip scene at the beach, but I don't watch that. But what I will say this.
Yeah, I haven't watched it either. I think I only watched when they went on that vacation and the reunion
Shout out
because I'm
to
over them too.
hold on one second. I don't know if I got it in here, but shout out to No Chaser, right? I saw where, because there is an update on the dentist's son, right?
Okay.
Allegedly it's all the way up to a felony now, and they're supposed to be going to court in April. And so I saw No Chaser had post on one of her pages where she was talking about Contessa and Scott, and I
Right.
was like,
Yes.
this is what I'm talking about. You got a whole scandal going on over there in your house. Everybody has
Yep.
reported on this grown man you got. And honestly, he is a grown man. And it's sad that he suffers the consequences of his mother. But you got a whole scandal going on in your house, and you around here talking about people's marriages. You
Yep.
got a whole dental practice. You need to be working on your husband's mouth every single day. You don't
When you
need
said that the other day with your little clip, I started cracking up
you
when I
you do
saw you.
not you do not need to come out here, open your mouth, and talk about nobody until you get some teeth pulled out your husband's mouth. Now you don't need to do that. Like, it's so much she has to do than to be worried about this. Quad, thank you, family spaces. Thank you. Wait a minute, even though, hold on, let me see what she said. I appreciate it, honey. She said, even though Britt was wrong, Bravo likes to resolve, and the fact that she was remorseful is what saved her from, yeah, getting cut. Also, no matter what, people will never be okay with women being exposed on it. Yes, because that is insane. That is insane. But good morning, CC. But I feel like she got so much going on, and I have spoken to Sweet Tea, and I just feel like my heart goes out to her because regardless if she should be there, how they feel like she's there, nobody deserves to be treated like that. Nobody.
I hope she
Nobody.
stays on the show. I hope
Nobody
Sweet Tea
deserves to be
stays on the
treated
show.
like that. And I think Quad is. I think Greg. If Quad and Greg are going to be on the show, they definitely should not be filming together. It should be like a Love and Marriage Huntsville with Mel and Martell situation. I'm not
Right.
filming with him, like because that's not going to work. And those guys, the men in Married to Medicine, are literally my favorite guys of all reality TV shows. I love how they get together, how they have their brotherhood smokes, how they go golfing,
Hmm.
how they just let the women act up and they go to the bar at Cecil's house. I love that. But now something has happened and the gang is not all together. And it's just, and I hate that. I really do hate it. And I think people don't like Greg and Sweet Tea so much that they just don't see, how mean the people. Toya was so mean to that girl.
She was absolutely mean. They are
I was
absolutely
like,
mean girls. And
wow,
that's why I stopped watching them. I just felt they were very mean. I felt
Toya.
like Dr. Heavenly, she sits and talk about these people marriages, but Curtis is coming right off of planes after seeing chicks and she won't say nothing. I'm
And
just saying.
then,
She
and
ain't
then
talking about Dr. Jackie.
I think it was on entertainment reality on Instagram. I was scrolling down my timeline last week. This happened last week on last week. I don't know what happened this week, but I guess it
Hmm.
had to happen last week. When she was like this is the problem. The dentist is not like capable of having an intelligent like tongue thrashing, if you say. Because for her to sit there when she talked about Contessa's breast, I was like, I'll never watch this again. I don't even watch clips, so I don't even know what's going on over there. Because when I heard her say that to Contessa, and then I saw
Yeah, that was awful.
Jackie little frail straw behind over there, knowing that what she's gone through,
Right.
and you
And
can't
Jackie didn't
even.
say anything. Jackie didn't say anything. That was horrible.
Look, I'm gonna tell you something. Women like that stay far, far away from me. Stay away, go away from me with that Apollo, because I can't do it. I can't do women like that. That's horrible.
Yeah, that was
Who
horrible.
would do that?
That I think it was horrible for no one to say anything up there.
That was crazy.
Left Jackie.
But then, they,
Nobody
but then
said
they had,
anything.
but then they had all the eyes. They had all the eyes when she said it. Jackie looking like, oh, I don't want to get none on me. Jackie, you are a spokesperson for this. You
You're a
don't
doctor
you
and you're a
sit right.
spokesperson
You don't
for it.
do nothing. You sit here and drink a gallon of water and eat 2 pieces of rice on a daily basis because you don't want anything to happen to your digestive system that could put anything in disarray and something could come back. And you gonna sit here and let platypus talk about this woman who is trying to prevent from being away
Yeah.
from her children. And all the while, she need to go in the back and floss Dr. Damon. Girl, get away from here. I don't do that. I can't do it. I'm gonna leave that woman alone. Let me stop. I'm gonna stop because people love the dentist. Y'all that love the dentist, y'all love the dentist. I
Y'all
love
can have that.
y'all too.
Now y'all can have that. I'm
Y'all
sorry.
can
I can't do
have,
her.
don't bring it over here. I don't want it. I
Yeah.
don't want nothing to do with that.
I'm 100% with you. I
This
can't
is
do
the
her at
last
all.
time. This is the last time I plan on talking about that lady, unless it's some updates. And I have to say this to my followers, like it's two of my main, like they be they be in my inbox, child. They really upset with me talking about Zachary, not Zachary, Damon Jr. really upset, right?
Really?
Oh yeah, they're really upset. Because I got all the people. You shouldn't talk about somebody's child. The child is
He's
not.
ain't he 26 years old?
He's not 12. Okay, he's not 12. We do know that he's older than 18.
Right.
But
Yes.
I don't. At the end of the day, I'm a content creator.
Right.
You
Right.
understand what I'm saying? And I do form relationships, and the relationships I form with people in my chats, I love that. And it's important to me how y'all feel because I don't want to hurt anybody's feelings because I know a lot of y'all don't like who I like. I don't like who y'all like, and it's not even about that. I don't, like you feel like
Right.
I don't speak in favor of some people, but we can agree to disagree. And I'm fine with that. But I just hope like I just hope that you can understand that if that makes sense. You
Well, let me
know,
say this, Millie. Let me. While I watch you, I do always feel like you're fair.
I
I
try to
really
be.
do. I do feel like you're fair. I do feel like you take the attitude. We can agree to disagree, and that's all
Yeah,
I want from a content creator. You know
yeah,
what I mean?
absolutely.
That's it.
Because I'm definitely going to think about it. I'm going to think about it before I start talking about it. It's going to have to make sense before I put it out there. I'm not going to talk about nothing and just make up something. I'm never going to wake up and just start putting it out. I'm definitely going to talk about it, and I take y'all into consideration when I'm talking about it because we have conversations about it. Let me see. She said, Fabulous said, my ex making a song about his ex and me clapping along. Child, that was a lie. Wait a minute. Is that what happened? I mean, I know she recorded it for Dr. Damon. Is that what happened? He was wearing the tease merch. I saw that on the preview when Housewives had gone off or something. I saw that. But yeah, I just I feel like we can come here and agree to disagree, and because everybody has an opinion, and I don't shoot you down for your opinion because you have an opinion. I can't tell you what to think, but I felt like if I had to grade this episode, I would give it a C plus. Now I can't wait to see what the ratings do, and I can't wait to see what happens next week because the twirlers may be out for real, or they may wait to see if they see Kenya a little bit. But I think Kenya's gone, y'all.
I think Kenya's gone. I thought it was like she was going to be like on about 4 episodes, and then she was going to be out.
And I feel like
I think she's gone.
I mean not Portia, but Phaedra's only going to be on three three episodes.
Yeah, I think she's going to be in the last 3 episodes. I wonder, is this a short season for them or is it a
I
regular
think
season?
so. I think it is. Let me see if we
Okay.
can get in some hot topics real quick. Hold on, let me see what I got. Y'all, I don't know how many y'all got TikTok, but if y'all go to this page, Millie Millie, this the lady right here. I don't know if you can see her. Oh shoot, you can't see her. This the lady right here. She light skinned. She got some dreads, baby. Her thing is called the engagement swindler. So she had a baby. She was number 7. She said by different. She done had this man got 7 kids. If y'all saw the Tinder Swindler on Netflix, they done found a black guy.
Hmm.
Child,
Oh,
she done put him on everything, on his insurance, on her business, um,
oh,
on her credit cards, so she can get his credit right. Child, she was giving him the money because she had got into it with her mama about him. So she was giving him the money to pay the bills. He wasn't paying the bills. She done got put out. It's a Risa Tisa situation. But it is crazy. I mean, I was like, I don't understand how women do that. I don't
I
understand
don't
it.
understand. Yeah.
I do not understand it. Let me see what else I got going on. Hold on.
I never understood Catfish, the show.
Oh my lord.
I just don't understand it.
Oh y'all, they found the gap. You remember them 2 boys in Georgia that was supposed to be on their way to the airport that ended up
Yeah.
unalive. Child, they found a
Uh-huh.
man. I don't know if y'all can see him. Wait a minute. This is him. He
Oh wow.
unalived those babies. So
Mm.
he is in jail right now. Hold on. Hold on, let me see.
Did they
Oh,
say what he how it happened?
I don't know what
How did they
no,
get both of them?
I didn't get all into that. So wait a minute. I told y'all about the iPhones could cost up to $2,300 in the U.S. due to the tariffs, right? So y'all work with these iPhones, and also on the what is it? The Jamaican charts. Not Ja- Okay, so Spice's song that she made about Bambi is number two, and I didn't know that Dennis McKinley and Chaotic wrote on Drew Sidora's "Good Girl Gone Bad" song.
Drew's album's pretty good.
It's fantastic. It's fantastic.
Yeah.
Oh
Yeah, it
yeah,
is.
I thought this was really sad. That's Sunny, and right here is her phone right here, and Moses is on the phone, and she has a birthday cake. I mean, I think Sunny is
Oh.
really working hard. She's working really hard to. It's got to be tough for her. You know what I'm saying? Life is really tough for her because she cooked a meal. This is the meal that she cooked. She's like, I'm cooking Moses' birthday dinner. She made sweet
Mm,
potatoes. I mean, I just can't.
that's
So she was
sad.
supposed to be home in July, but he could be home a little earlier. Oh, Millie, Millie. Just put a like my name right here, but put an E right here where the C is. Just to go find a child. It's gonna keep you busy. It's gonna be amazing. I gotta go back and look at it. I couldn't
Where
even.
did you say that was at, Millie?
It was on. It's on TikTok.
On TikTok? Okay.
Oh y'all, I'm about to post. Let me go and do this while I'm talking to y'all right now. I am about to post this and never ever mess, and I'm about to get ready to go to bed. Do y'all watch the Never Ever Mess?
Yes, I will. Yes, yes, I do.
You did cook a meal, girl. I just yes. Okay, I'm gonna post it, but we're gonna talk about it real quick. So the girl who was going with the boy from South Carolina, y'all, how she gonna come up here pregnant? How you leave your 1 month old baby?
Yeah, I was thinking that. How
How you leave?
that
How you leave
I
your one
don't,
month? How you leave your 1 month old baby to come talk to a man you've been talking on the phone to him, and then you done cheated on him? What
right,
is
and
the
that old
man?
baby.
Where's the father of your kids?
What
And
hey Millie,
then
what is his secret? What
I
is
have
his
no idea.
secret
I
though?
cannot wait. I don't think it's anything that crazy though. I can't wait to find that out. I
I
can't
don't know.
wait.
I think it's gonna be crazy. I think it's gonna be crazy.
Girl, she told him that she done had a 1 month old, and she said she got two more kids
Two
at
other
home. She
kids. She
said
got
two
three
more, so
kids.
she got three kids. And then Kiki, she done found a man that love her just like she is. Girl, when he told her to put that lingerie on, and
Yes.
she put her behind up there on, on that bed, I said, "Girl,
She
you
gonna
got."
mess that up. She's gonna mess that up for herself though, Millie, because
Cause
she's not very confident.
Lord knows I need to lose 20, 30 pounds, 20 at least 20, and I'm like,
But he
girl,
loving all he
love
seemed
it.
to be liking all that.
She
And
he was
she
like he was like, I hope she likes me. I'm not worried about me liking
yes.
her. I was like, this is gonna be such a good season.
Yeah.
Oh Lord, it's gonna be good. It's gonna be so
I think
good.
it's gonna be a good season.
He really likes Kiki. She
Yeah,
did
he
her wait.
does.
She forgot the camera roll, baby. She heisted. She heisted behind her, baby. She said, I am here for it. And then she's a model.
Right. So that's why I think she would be a little bit more confident than she is
Me
coming off.
too. But honey, it's Jay and Cinco for me. I'm sorry. It's Jay and Cinco for me.
Which one is that? Is that the tall? Which one is that one?
Jay said, Jay said, look, he got needs, I got needs.
Oh, okay, damn. Okay. Yes.
And she was like, and anyway, I need to know if I'm going any further in this relationship. Okay, Jay.
Right, right.
Y'all, I got to go, honey. The melatonin has set in. I think I got a good 5 hours in ahead of me. And then we will go live Wednesday for Hot Topics and we'll have another conversation. I'm working on David Trimble from Married at First Sight and Juan and Camille. So hopefully we can have those conversations. So I'm hoping to hear back from them soon. If not, just whenever it happens, I'm going to make another YouTube channel. I'll let y'all know when that is coming because I'm need y'all to go over there. It's going to be a whole different vibe over there. I'm so excited about it. Um, and I want to say this, and then I'm going to go. Y'all know I get sentimental. I get so serious every once in a while. I don't have any, I don't have problems with, oh, I might not be able to do it because I can't keep it together. So I have been on YouTube for 3 years. My 3 year anniversary was March 31st. And this year made 7 years that what I'm doing. And then I kept, and something had come to me, and I was like, what is it? Like, it was like a conversation from God. It was like seven, seven, and then everything was seven. So I looked it up. And seven is the number. What does God say about the number seven? The number seven is quite significant in the Bible, appearing over 700 times throughout both the Old and New Testaments. In biblical numerology, seven symbolizes completion or perfection. And that's where I am in my life. And I know I've said this so many times, like my mustard seed season. This is what that is for me. So I feel like I'm about to make like some scary moves, but definitely Millie Chan moves. And I mean, it's just been so much that has happened in the past week that I wish I could share with y'all. I wish I could, but there are some things I have to keep to myself and just work through them. But I'm just really excited about all the next steps and everything I don't know about. You know what I'm saying? I just don't even know. I just know I already got it. You know what I'm saying? I'm there and I believe that. But I really want to thank y'all for everything. I want to thank y'all so much. Now I'm going to take my delirious self to bed. Because
Before
it's
you go, I just wanted to say thank you for having me up here, Millie. This is
yes,
only my second time I've been up here. I think I came up one time for briefly on the way to work with True T. And I
yeah,
love
yeah,
both of
yeah,
you
yeah.
guys.
Thank you.
I love both of you guys.
Thank you all so much. Y'all have a really good Monday. Have a really good week. I'll see y'all. I'll let y'all know when Wednesday. I don't know if Wednesday morning is good or Wednesday evening is good, but I'll know Tuesday. Y'all let me know by Tuesday, like what's good, and I'm gonna take the consensus, and then we'll do hot topics or whatever. I may have some guests. I don't know what I'm doing at this point, but y'all have a good day, a good week, and I'll talk to y'all later.
You have a blessed day.
You too, and thank you so much. Y'all thank y'all for getting up and being with me this morning. I appreciate it. Y'all have a good one.